Yes, I am in the Illuminati. Hello, I didn't see you there. How you doing? Today is a good day, a very good day. This is my first video review of many to come. The person who I am going to be reviewing today is none other than UK-based singer, songwriter, producer by the name of Twigs. Currently known as FKA Twigs, which is an acronym for formerly known as Twigs. But she still is known as Twigs. Oh, it's pretty deep. Twigs is pretty new on the scene, only having recently been signed by the Young Turks. She has released 2 EPs now. The second one is what I'm going to be reviewing, but she had one before that, which might I add is some excellent piece of work. The EP2, it has came out a couple of months ago, and I did say I'd be reviewing new stuff, but to start off with, I want to play a bit of catching up. Do I care? Do I care? Do I care? I'm not bothered. Typically, you'd think somebody of such creativity is from London. No, from a quiet town in Gloucestershire. Just as a whole aura of the EP, it's pretty amazing. It's got a mixture of chilling, excitement, passion, and sorrow, all wrapped up into one bundle. She did actually start the EP with releasing a track called How's That, but the more popular one is Water Me, which is a very interesting visual. It starts off with her head just bobbling like this, but it's to the metronome, so it speeds up then it slows down. It's pretty cool in a sense because her visuals are very simple, minimal, to bring attention to the music as well, and I'm sure a lot of people have caught on to that. That song, I don't know if it's necessarily my favourite on the EP, but that doesn't necessarily mean it's bad either. It's excellent. It's probably the most different out of what she's released so far. Now, she's teamed up with a producer who actually worked on the Yeezus album by Kanye West. It's a song about rejection and almost wants and longing for a sense of approval. The melodies and the distortion around the sound behind that, it just fits really well with the track, which I'm sure Arca had a lot to do with regarding that. And it's hard to imagine that something that sounds so disjointed and kind of sound out of place comes together to make this beautiful sound collectively. Back to the first track that she released on the EP first, which is How's That. We're looking at the more sexual side of her. So, you know, if you're that type of person who plays music whilst you're making sweet love to your Mr. or Mrs., then this is a good candidacy of music to have in your playlist. And it has a great use of that snare as well. It's almost like a reverse snare. It just hits hard all the way through as you're listening to it. Again, she makes use of that metronome-like sound. It strikes the balance between dark and peaceful at the same time. So where the sounds, you've got elements of sounds that are just melodic and harmonizing to the ears. You've got the clashes of sounds which complement each other quite well. On the next track, she follows up on that similar kind of sexual theme again. If you thought the last one was quite intense, this one is pretty intense. Papi Pacify. And if you watch the video as well, because it's this guy behind her and he's literally ramming his fingers down her throat. Is she okay? I'm sure she's okay, but that's some serious pacifying. You know, not no regular dummy pacifying. Anyway, I digress. It is more intimate and more lustful. And since she's a producer, she has been quite producer heavy throughout EP1 and EP2, but Papi Pacify, I think she simplifies it a bit more and she lets her vocals do the talking, no pun intended. And then she finishes off with Ultraviolet. That track is pretty cool. This track is more upbeat. It kind of reminds me of a Spice Girl kind of track. Viva Forever. Yeah, I like Spice Girls. I'm a guy and I like them then. I like them now. Not even a guilty pleasure. Don't care. This one is hard to explain. If I could visualize it, it's almost like the verse is a heavy rain, almost, and then the chorus kicks in and it's like a rainbow. Very light instrumentals, and sonically it sounds crisp and excellent and refreshing. Obviously, I've got to have a scoring system now. How should we do it? I was thinking, instead of just giving her out just a number just like that, let's make it a bit more thoughtful and a bit more technical. So the 3 areas that I'm going to do is consistency and depth of exploration. So the second one is technicality and the deliverance of both vocal and production wise, you know, the technicals and all of that. And the third is creativity, consistency, depth of exploration, giving her a score of 8. Where she has done excellent and kept it quite consistent, I mentioned before, she kept a constant theme of sounds in there. She still has some way to go, I believe, and it's a big improvement from EP1. Not to say that those tracks on their own were terrible or anything like that, they were really good, but it's more consistent here. Technicality, from the production value to her vocals, it's just been excellent. And then creativity, I've given her a 9. Technical execution, I gave her an 8, right? I did say that. I'm going mad here. I'm not hearing anybody out there like her, and it's refreshing because I haven't heard anybody like her for some time now. Wait, bonus! Right, a bonus point. I'm going to give her another score of 9. It just has an X factor which I think is not going to be matched for some time. All in all, what does that average out to? Let's do the maths. That is an 8.5. Guys, those who know me and those who don't, I'd like to take a big thank you for tuning into my very first review. It's been nerve-wracking sitting here. Sorry if it's not completely up to par of the reviewers that you are used to listening to, but I'm only going to get better over time. Just stay tuned in and grow with me, okay? So don't forget to like, comment, subscribe and all that stuff, you know what the YouTubers say. And stay tuned for the next one. Peace. See you guys soon.